Hello, everyone. Welcome to PowerStudioTV podcast. This is episode number 15. Can you imagine? After 3 months of deciding to do a podcast, I've already gone through 14 amazing episodes, really interesting topics. And tonight, I have the pleasure of sitting down with Oren.
Correct.
Meshoulam. I had to let you do that because
Thank you for having me.
Of course, absolutely. And I'm so glad you're here because we get to speak in English.
Yeah,
And
that's always great.
I know.
Romania.
Yeah, I'm really. I mean, I was born here, but I still have a very difficult time doing podcasts in Romanian because I say a lot because I don't know what to say. So now I get to, speak a little bit more fluent. Yeah.
Well, you're lucky because of the nature of Romanians. They love practicing their English with me, and never, ever does anyone try to practice their Romanian with me, or vice versa.
But you get to learn too now because I met you at BNI, so right. Business Network International, and had we have the new group forming right now, BNI Future, for who wants to sign up. It's in forming.
Amazing.
And like Oren here, we have some really unique individuals joining the group, and that's how I got to meet you. And we sat at the restaurant, and you mentioned that you were in growth marketing, and the social media, of course, is part of that. But you gave me a little bit about your background, how you spent time in New York. I'd love to, let the audience know a little bit about you.
Dive into that. All right. So I was actually born in Canada. That's where my fabulous English came from. I moved to Israel when I was 10 with my parents. The army there and so on and so forth. And started my career in call centers, mainly sales and support. Started to go up the ladder there. And fell in love with sales, especially when it came to finances. So I used to do a lot of marketing and sales for all those gambling sites.
Oh yeah.
We started off with
sounds shady.
It was.
I started in adult online phone systems.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all have a dark past.
So I tried to stay on the legal side, and we went into forex and at the time binary options, which was a bit more on the gambling side. But I really, really fell in love with the whole sales world. Anyways, through that, I met some unbelievable individuals. And one of them actually told me, listen, we have a phenomenal opportunity in New York. I was like,
How old were you when this happened?
So this was about 9 years ago.
Okay.
So 31.
Mm-hmm. What's in it, as they say.
Yeah. So it was a very interesting opportunity. If you've heard of Mobileye, at the time it was the frontal collision sensors for cars. So it was there were two main companies, Mobileye and AWACS. Mobileye was mainly camera based, and AWACS was radar based. Anyways, long story short, they asked me to go consult on their whole sales team. And that's how I ended up in New York.
Wow. So did you meet Batman?
Batman and Robin. So got to New York.
Gotham City, right?
Yeah, unbelievable. Getting out into Times Square for the first time. It's like, were you ever in New York?
No. I think I landed in what is it? LaGuardia, right? Yeah, but I had a layover and I didn't get out of the airport.
All right. Well, but New York's amazing. Really, really amazing. But my whole life was on this side of the world. So after 2 years in, I didn't renew my contract. Moved to Romania for my current wife.
Okay.
And then the question was, how the hell do I make money here? Yeah. Which was a very, very, very interesting question.
Did you start studying Romanian? Did you know what were the first words in Romanian that you knew?
Punga.
Punga.
You go into the supermarket. You want to know first word you learn. You want a bag with that.
Yeah. Punga and punga.
Yeah.
As a Romanian, you put punga and punga.
Punga. Luckily, thanks to my Canadian background, I also speak French, so it was a bit easier for me to understand there.
Yeah. Well, everyone speaks English here in Romania.
Yeah. Actually, 40%. There was actually a statistic done there. Yeah, so 40% speak English.
Yeah. See, I had sort of a similar story. I came from Texas and came back here in 2019. And of course, I met my wife from Ploiești and decided to stay. And I didn't really know Romanian that much either because I had spent 25 years in the States. So I didn't know politics or, a lot of these Yo vorba. Yeah, you've learned Yo vorba.
I did.
So, and I guess, this is a great inspirational story. You land on the moon. You don't know anyone. You don't know what you're going to do for, survive. How do you get started?
So the story actually started in New York. As I was in New York, because we were dealing with so many sales, obviously every business needs leads. I think I went through 6, 7, 8 probably digital marketing agencies in New York. They all sold me the story of, we're going to make you millions. We're going to bring you so many leads. Your salespeople will not know what to do with it. Apart from the fact that every single time the leads were horrible, salespeople couldn't close them. I actually had some very, very good salespeople, thank God. And then I asked myself, okay, how hard can this actually be? So I took it upon myself and I started studying. Thank God YouTube was already a thing at the time, so I liked every single YouTube video.
YouTube University.
Oh God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Started playing around with the platforms. Thank God I had unlimited budget, almost. So I managed to do so many tests on my own. And within 3 months, I managed to get more proper leads than any of the agencies that I've worked with.
So, like your site mentions, you started with a problem.
Yes,
completely. It was your own problem, and you found a solution for your own problem, and
exactly that's how it started. But then I realized something very, very, very harsh in the world. No one helps the little guy.
Yeah, that's harsh. Yeah.
And a bit more about my background, I also dealt with a lot of business consulting. So I had in of how businesses technically should work. So when you start adding everything up together, you kind of get a bigger picture. And that's when I realized, all right, someone has to help these people.
And then you joined BNI.
And then I joined BNI way later. But yeah. I mean, part of the journey is to join a networking group like that, where everyone helps everyone out. And there's a lot of help needed. People don't even realize what they don't know, which is also amazing. But no one's there to help them. But I came to Romania and then I said, probably, and I'm hoping that it's not the same way that everything's done in the US is done here. Boy, I was wrong. The bigger agencies, once again, they try to throw every single company into a template that seems to fit, right? Take as much money as possible, try to upsell whatever they can, another service, another bottom line. At the end of the day, you're spending so much money when there are a lot more fundamental issues that the business actually has, mainly online. And that's where my story started.
Can you? Yeah. So the idea of this, prospecting, qualifying leads, making sure that targeting your message and the value proposition and all these, terms of sort of the startup methodology. There's a term in there called a funnel.
Correct.
And we're not talking about funnel cake.
Although
you can sprinkle some sugar on it when you get it right. But what is a funnel?
So people still believe that the old way of looking at a funnel is still what's happening today. And I'll explain. So a funnel used to be that you start with people on the top of the funnel, which you create some sort of awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all first need to know who the company is and so on and so forth. Then you move them down to the consideration, meaning I know who you are as a company. Now I need to be in a stage where do I consider joining you? Do I consider buying your service or your product? Once I go down that stage of the funnel, so stage 3, maybe in editing, you'll actually make a funnel here.
Sure.
And then you convert. Conversion meaning you either buy the product or join the service.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the post-sale, which is upselling more services or returning customers.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually the classic 4-step funnel. Today, after so many, thanks to Google, they did so much research around that, and people are no longer acting that way. They actually have, and again, I hope in post-editing you'll add it, something called the messy middle.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what it means is that you have no idea when someone's going to convert. There is no more loyalty as what we used to know about brand loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
So people just want what they deem to be the best for them at that given moment. And if you look at the messy middle, it's like a line and then a circle where the whole mess happens and then an exit line. And the whole thing happens in the middle. You don't know at which point the person is in the classic funnel. Could be his first time seeing you and he's saying, awesome, purchases your product.
Right on Instagram.
Buy it on Instagram. Yeah. Exactly.
Buy now.
And those were the main things that people used to convert with when they were only on the bottom. Today, if they see you the first time, great. I went through the whole funnel. This seems awesome. I'm going to buy it from you now. And what we realized is that people simply need as many possible touch points with you. And it comes down to 3 things. And we see this all around. What does a customer actually want? What do you want?
Save money and be happy.
So money is usually not even in that equation, which is very, very funny because people think, okay, money, I'm going to throw the best offer possible. I'm going to give the best discounts possible. Exactly. Yeah. People actually want 3 things. They want to feel important, they want it fast, and they want it seamless. Anything you want falls into these 3 categories. Gas stations, right? No one thinks that that's a selling point.
You should see the gas stations on the way to the coast.
Right. Horrible, right?
Go in there and eat.
They're breaking apart.
Yeah.
But do you have your gas station that you go to?
Your closest one, fastest one possible. Yeah, fastest. I want gas station to be fast.
Right. What about if you have to pay by going into the cash register, or can you pay directly at the pump? Doesn't that
see, in Texas, you can pay at the pump, and you don't even have to go in the gas station.
But today, you also have companies that you can pay at the pump.
I've never seen one in Romania.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I always have to go in. Yeah.
So you should check them out.
Okay.
And you might actually change your mind on which ones to go to based on that. But again, fast, simple, and feel important.
Yeah.
So all these apps now again, we'll stick with gas stations. Gas stations have, you claim loyalty points and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It makes you feel important.
Mm-hmm.
Take the supermarkets, right? They're all coming out now with these apps that you have your own benefits.
Yeah.
Right? So you get discounts on the products that you actually buy.
Yeah.
Simple, fast, personal.
Yeah.
Money did not even come into this equation.
Yeah, interesting. And that makes a good point because, I started off in sales too. I would sold vacuum cleaners and
door-to-door
knives. Yeah, door-to-door. Kirby vacuum cleaners and Cutco knives. Door-to-door in my neighborhood. I had the whole case and I had the vacuum in the trunk and just went door-to-door. And I was like, hey, watch me vacuum your pillow. You're going to buy this vacuum. I just need to vacuum your pillow to show you what I...
The funniest ones when you come in and you pour ketchup all over the floor and watch how this vacuum takes care of it.
The best sales was when I got into a house that had a dog. It was, I left I always left the vacuum with a contract.
I think Hoover still does that.
Yeah, Hoover. Yeah.
Hoover or Dyson still do that.
Dyson, yeah, probably. But it was like solving a problem, immediate need right there. I made them feel important. I gave it to them exactly fast, like, within an hour, you're going to have your problem solved. And it was very convenient. It made their life easier. And as soon as I hit all those three things, it was very difficult to not get a,
Right.
Sure, I don't care about how much it costs, because look what you just did to my rug. It's great.
It's
it didn't matter that the Kirby was $1,000.
Exactly. And this is something that we still hold on to. I mean, it's never about the money.
Yeah.
If you feel important enough, you're going to keep on going back to the same shop, even though you know that somewhere it might be just a bit cheap.
I mean, look at the clubs in Mamaya, I mean, they're packed, you're paying like, what? I don't know.
Today it's like insane. I understood. I haven't been there.
I haven't been there either, but I see on TikTok and on Facebook, photos and stuff of like people buying a whole barrel of champagne. I mean, who wants to spend $10,000 on a barrel of champagne? I mean, you got to be having a great time,
right?
To draw.
And then if you're doing it at the resort, you don't have to leave the resort.
True,
it's right there.
Yeah,
and money's not an issue.
Exactly. Yeah, interesting.
Right? So going back to the funnel, when you start realizing these three things, then the whole concept of marketing changes. And unfortunately, a lot of startups, especially startups, although also more, call it more sustained companies that we work with, actually also have that issue. They're all still trying to build that same funnel.
Yeah.
As opposed to thinking about what the client or end user actually wants.
So how do you build this funnel? Because in the, let's say I don't know, when I was 20 years old and it was just about, let's buy a domain, put a website together, WordPress or whatever, Wix, and then, maybe even have your cell phone number on there and then just wait. I don't know.
The waiting was hell, right?
Wait, and then you just wait. I don't know.
Staring at your phone. Who's going to be my first
If you build
call?
it, they will come, right?
Yeah.
But now it doesn't really work like that.
It doesn't work like that.
Google doesn't even find you if you don't do something with that website. So how do you get started?
So first of all, there's the new, I mean, it's not really new anymore, but you want to start getting acquainted with your prospects. So one of the ways, one of the statistics that we see today is that you should have 11 touch points on 7 different platforms with the prospect.
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, right? Cool numbers.
Yeah.
And once you get to those amounts, that's when you start getting to know someone. And only from that point on can you actually start we'll call it the sales funnel or the sales progression. Because someone has to feel comfortable with you before you can actually sell anything to them.
This goes in dating too. Like as soon as you have one date and you get ghosted, forget this. I'm deleting my profile. This isn't working next.
Yeah, next.
Right?
Move on. Right.
Yeah. So
now, if you see someone or something 11 times on 7 different platforms, or 7 contact points, then your mind, our brains are already attuned to it. You start noticing that person more, or product, or whatever you're trying to do, right?
Sure.
And that's how it starts.
So is that part of like building the whole credibility and trust?
Completely.
And, you're not going to be fly-by-night company, take my money and run. I can depend on you. It hits all those things, right?
That's the idea, especially when it comes to services, especially new services. So new startups, we had this issue as well. I mean, who are we?
Yeah.
Why would someone trust me? And it was never about the money. It was about how we made them feel.
Yeah.
And if you go to our website, you're going to notice we don't call our clients. We call them our partners. We honestly feel that they are our partners. We're partnering with them to make us money, obviously, and them money. And the only way to do that is with some sort of synergy. And once you see your customers as your partners, everything becomes much simpler.
Got it. So then this funnel isn't really a funnel anymore.
Not
it's
anymore.
more of an oval, like an ecosystem.
It's called the messy middle.
A messy middle,
There's
yeah.
a really, really
go round and round and round until you find the door to, go to the bank.
Yeah. Think about your Instagram. How many times do you come across the exact same ad or the same ad in a different variation until you say, you know what? All right, what is this about? Mm-hmm. And then you give that click.
Isn't that now part of A/B testing? Because that's another terminology where it's all like right, A/B/C/D testing.
So it's A/B/C/D all the way to Z testing. So there's no such thing as one size fits all. Mm-hmm. All right, people react differently. More than that, even in the same domain, companies have a different goal, a different mission. I mean, take two, jewelry companies, right? Mm. They each started off for a different reason. One is to make money. The other one could be their passion. Mm-hmm. Who would win the competition, right?
Sure.
And when you bring in the story into the funnel, as we call it, different people would react to it. So, as an example, if a jewelry company comes in for the money itself, okay, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to try to be the cheapest in the market. Very simple. If I'm coming in because of I have a real passion to crafting jewelry, and I make such unique things, then it's my heart and soul into this. So the people that actually can value that, regardless of the price, because they're usually a lot more expensive, mm-hmm. but the craft is so beautiful, it's one of a kind, it's a unique piece, I'm gonna want.
Jewelry is an interesting topic because there's a lot of levels in mm-hmm. selling jewelry, and I'm not an expert, but like Tiffany's and the blue, just the idea of the diamond ring around marriage and the whole whatever you want to call that, right? And you know the story of how they sold the diamond ring.
Yeah, but that's again, they created a demand. They created
demand. Yeah, you create the demand because who's going to go pay, spend.
And you need to create that tension between demand and, and once that tension is there,
you gotta have
it. You gotta have it.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
But you have to learn how to create that tension.
And in who?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And each partner that we work with has a different who, even though some of them overlap in terms of what they're selling. So the story is really, really important to people. And the more we progress into AI, the more the story matters. And I'll give you a great example. LinkedIn, for example. Mm-hmm. The amount of people that are reading actual articles is declining. Reason being, no one trusts that the article that's being posted is not an AI-generated article.
True, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. People prefer today to watch videos because the person in front of them is authentic, or hopefully authentic, right? Yeah. Now we're getting into that domain. What's the next level?
That the idea is like having such an organization to the madness, right? Because like you said, now it's becoming such a cluster bleep 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 of the internet, and all the different things that you can do to reach people, whether they're sitting, on the metro looking at their phones, because everyone on the metro is just staring at their phones for like 30 minutes. I mean, what are they looking at? I don't know. But,
I wish I could tell you. I mean, mainly the movement I see is, all right.
Yeah, or at a concert, like everyone at a concert at night, nobody's looking at the show. They're all looking at their phones.
Think about people that are actually watching movies at home. You're watching a TV show and you're still going like this.
Yeah, it's becoming an obsession. Right. And so we are consuming so much freaking content on these little phones that's got to be, 20 hours a day, I would say. I don't know, some people don't even go to bed. They're just sitting there in bed.
It's
until 2 a.m. looking at TikTok or something.
This is one of the reasons why
it's getting ridiculous.
Why you need so many interactions with the person before he actually gives you the time of day. So remember,
it's not going to
11
remember all
touch
that.
points on 7 platforms.
Wow.
So one
Yeah.
is not enough.
Yeah. So how do you organize? How do you start something like that? I mean, are there tools on the internet? You know, like Hootsuite. I've heard of Hootsuite.
You have so many tools that try to automate these things.
Do you have to automate this stuff, right? I mean,
so we try not to.
Okay.
I mean, there's a person that's thinking behind every single strategy before it goes out to we'll call them clients for the sake of of the audience. It's really, really important that it's personalized.
Mm-hmm.
Not only for the end client, but also for the company itself. I mean, whenever you build a company, it's your baby, right? I mean,
yeah, of course.
You've been there.
Yep.
You want it to go out in a specific way. You want your message to go out in a proper way. Now, if you automate these things,
it's going to sound like ChatGPT with the emoticons.
So many, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed it. It's like every message is like, let's put on as many icons as possible.
Yeah. You can tell the ChatGPT wrote something. Yeah. It's starting to have its own personality.
It's insane. But
so take me through the day of, let's say, the day of Oren at his agency. What is that day? What is the day?
Sleeping a lot. We laugh a lot in the office.
Yeah.
A lot of brainstorming. So I'll give you a workaround of what we do when we get a new prospect, right?
Okay.
A new client,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
New clients are our favorites, especially when they're startups, because everything's so exciting and you have to try to find a way to break the market. Mm-hmm. So we don't have templates. All right. We know that what works for the majority could work for a specific new client. But we always take it back a notch, and we're always trying to not necessarily innovate, but to tailor it. I mean,
Yeah.
That's why we also call our agency tailor-made marketing, because we really try to tailor it to each to each brand in order to send a proper message.
Yeah.
So when we're doing a discovery call with any one of our brands, we try to understand exactly what they are about. Why did they actually start this company? The most success, by the way, that we see is the majority of companies that succeed are people that actually want to help other people. Mm-hmm. The companies that unfortunately are no longer with us or at all are the ones that try the drop shipping, the make money fast companies.
Yeah,
we had so many of those come across our desk.
The
majority,
flippers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and the majority of them are no longer even around. Again, it's because they were chasing money that did not exist.
Yeah,
and drop shipping is dead completely since Temu came in. And
I just got stuff out Temu yesterday.
Got it. Shane, Temu, now Trendyol is joining this trend. It's amazing how trends just disappear like that.
Yeah, and it goes again on the three elements that I mean, as soon as you get one of those convenient, it's so convenient,
right.
And I don't have to do all this stuff I used to do, and just like that, I have everything at my doorstep.
So think about also with Temu,
why not?
The after sale, right? Did you ever have a defective item?
No.
All right. So the moment you have a defective item, all you have to do is upload a picture. If it's under, I think it's 30 or 40 lei, you get the money back on the spot.
Wow.
No hassle.
Just like that. Don't even worry about it.
Now, what more seamless? I mean, why wouldn't I buy just half the shop and if something's broken, then it's broken?
Yeah. I mean,
why wouldn't I do that? So simple.
Exactly.
Right? Simplicity comes to my doorstep. Fast. Their service became way, way faster than it used to be at the beginning. And it's personalized.
True.
There you have it.
Yeah, I mean, they sold me. I was like, Temu, what is this? Temu, Temu that, Temu this. All of a sudden, I went on there, and now I'm just like, I think I've ordered
right?
30 times off of that thing. Half my house is Temu. This podcast studio is Temu.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we need to talk about that later. So going back, so day in the life. So the main thing we want to understand is the why. Why you are selling your service or products. What made you into this? We worked with a lot of supplement companies.
Okay.
All of them simply want to help out. We worked with jewelry that I mentioned before. Was their passion. They wanted to pass on that passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that becomes the secret sauce.
What was your favorite client to work with?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think myself. But again, because it's my passion. It's truly my passion to see companies or people succeed. I've always loved that. I've always loved to be in the background, and seeing everyone else shine. It's a passion of mine. Knowing that I had a hand in it, I don't need the credit. Honestly, it's not something that I go for.
But those are great. I don't know. Sometimes there's got to be a bumper sticker for that, because it's a very inspiring. And that reminds me, I have a younger brother. He's a year younger. He's definitely going to watch these. He watches all my podcasts.
What's his name?
Alex.
Hi, Alex. Shout out.
Shout out to Alex. What's up, bro? And we both were very entrepreneurial. We both started, hundreds of different ideas and inventions, and we tried everything under the sun and moon, to always, make money and be unique and, stand out and all this stuff. And one of the challenges we had was that there were so many different ideas we wanted to do. Sometimes we ran out of time because we had to jump to the next idea. And it's like, there's always opportunities to solve help somebody, and my family business, our family business in Texas is rehab. So, we help, drug and alcohol abuse at SOA Texas in Texas. And, they've been saving lives, and they've changed many lives in the last 10 years. And, it's a business. Yeah. It's not, it's
there for profit at the end of the day.
It's definitely for profit, but the idea is that we need to help people.
Yeah.
Completely. And the money comes later.
The money will always come. The money will always come. If you're there to help someone else, the money will always make it to you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think even, I could be wrong, but I think Jeff Bezos or somebody like that said that, how they look at an opportunity from a business perspective. Is it going to change someone's life?
Right. Elon Musk, sorry to say. I mean, I know that a lot of people do not like him. But everything he does is to try to better society. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Tesla, or now the androids that they're building, SpaceX. Yeah. Even I don't remember what Netthink, I think it's called.
The tunnel?
The satellite that gives internet.
Skylink or Starlink or something.
Not Skynet.
Skynet. Building Skynet and robots, yeah.
But that there again, I mean, giving internet to third world countries.
It aided a lot in the Ukraine war,
right?
With this Starlink,
and it's amazing. And the sole purpose is to help. The fact that he's making money off of it, I mean, of course, why not? Yeah. But the first and foremost reason for doing it was to help other people.
Yeah. So, and you have a co-founder in this business, right? Yes. How did you, because I've heard a lot of sort of go, solopreneur, but then, you're limited. So how did you find your co-founder, and how do you both sort of manage the business? So what are your personality types?
So her name is Maria Popescu. I hope you'll get her on the podcast as well.
I hope so. Yeah, you're invited.
So we actually met for a project that I hired her for. Mm-hmm. I'll let her tell her story. But it was, her qualities are simply unbelievable. And she has everything that I don't. Mm-hmm. So I don't see myself as visually creative, right? I cannot see a piece of content and say, oh, this is going to work versus this one. She comes and says, no, change 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be better. Boom. It's better. So everything to do creative, it's you asked how we split. It's really her, and everything to do more strategic and technical. It's usually on my plate.
Okay.
And we each build our own teams, separate streams, and we actually work in that way. So there's a huge synergy. Also in our office, there's you could clearly see the split.
The pink and the blue.
Exactly, completely like that. Yeah. I invite you to come to our office one day.
Sure, I'd love to.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone talks so much.
That's cool.
But it's great. We're always laughing. Always. It's phenomenal. But we met through a project. And it was phenomenal ever since. From that moment, I said, you have to join me. For me, it's either you're all in or not. So if I ask for someone to be all in, I have to give my 50%. And I never looked back because only through that we grew. I do not believe in being a sole entrepreneur. I think there's too much weight on your own shoulders, right? I mean, there's no one to share it with.
Yeah, the good and the bad.
The bad, you split the money, right? I think that's the only thing that people see. But I don't see it that way because I would have made maybe a quarter of what I made with that. So the success to growth, at least for us, was by doing it together. It wouldn't have worked separately.
Sure.
And I don't see myself doing or having any business without her, whether we continue this or that.
What's the next business you want to get into?
Good question. I currently love what we're doing. I see that for the next few years. I hope that AI won't take over our jobs.
Yeah, because right? That was going to be my follow-up question. What happens?
It's very scary.
Takes our jobs.
I see that very far. So this is my personal view on AI. I don't think that humans are properly ready for it. And the way I see it is that people that are 5-10 years older than I am are still struggling with technology from 10 years ago. So how could they be ready for something so advanced?
I mean, I barely started using AI 6 months ago. I didn't even look at ChatGPT.
And now it's become your best friend, I'm assuming, right?
I just wrote a proposal today with it. It was like, thank God, I would have taken me a week to do this.
So we try not to do that, for example. We actually, like I said, we really, really, really focus on making everything tailored.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we do use a variety of AIs to actually help with ideas. We use it to actually brainstorm a lot of times. And we've noticed that our ideas are usually better, which is very funny. Although we're training our AIs to actually think like us. And we're seeing a lot of progress with the answers that we're getting. But again, it simply helps us come up with the next idea. We could do the work faster, seamless,
and more convenient.
And more convenient.
Yeah.
And that's what AI is about. And again, it always checks the same 3 boxes.
Okay. Do you think you're going to get into charity work? Since you like to, saying on the helping people thing. I mean,
I've never thought of it. I think it would be a great direction for us at some point. But for now, small businesses, small people that are struggling with what comes next.
Stay with for-profit.
Yeah. I mean, we've had so many businesses come through that the owners of the businesses, were laid off because of AI. So call center workers and so on. And what we notice is people are so innovative. It's unbelievable. People simply did not have, the confidence to do something on their own until they were forced to.
Yeah.
And I think this AI gave that opportunity for people to actually come out and say, all right, I don't know anything else. I'm going to give myself I'm going to be my next product.
Right.
And coaching businesses and people that just want to listen, people that decided to write a book.
Yeah.
And it's so different. People that, we've seen people that are phenomenal parents and all of a sudden just want to give coaching on how to parent better. And it's wow. It just forced people to do something so innovative, so different. And
That's a really interesting sort of observation. I haven't really vocalized that observation, and you're absolutely right. This idea that if I don't wake up, I could become obsolete. Like what's the point?
Yeah.
When you get that idea of like, what's the point of to be or not to be, Shakespeare kind of thing. Like, what's my role in life?
What's my role in this world?
In this world, in this job, in this career, and as whatever. Let me reformulate myself.
Exactly.
Let me reinvent myself. And reform
There's
myself.
So many opportunities out there. I mean, there's so much that people can give. And again, when you're trying to help out, money finds a way to you. I'm such a big believer in that. Me coming into a foreign country, still not knowing the language properly, right? I mean, I can barely speak 2 words in Romanian, and yet all this abundance came.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It is.
It's commendable.
But the base of it is, how can we help each other?
Yeah. And like you said, it's that idea of like your perspective on, the why and the who and, the W's.
Yeah.
Why, what, who, when, depending on how you look at that from a problem solver perspective, or from, I'm the victim perspective.
We see a lot of that, right? I mean, the victim perspective. We see more and more of that, mainly on social media.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone's a victim.
How do you get beyond that? I mean, how do you spin that table around where everyone just likes to complain? It's like, as soon as they see something they don't like, they gotta complain. How do you? Because that goes into like the dark side of the reputation management. Something bad happens, and then you gotta put out the fires. Not just about growth, but also stopping the pain,
stability. I guess
stability, and
that's a very, very good question. I mean, I think each person has his own reason for waking up in the morning. For me, it's my kids, my family, helping people.
Mm-hmm.
That's my why. That's why not only mine, I mean, even the people that we're hiring, all of them have that same goal in mind. You'll even see it. I mean, I don't like talking about prices too much, but we're usually a lot lower than the market.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that other agencies hate it. Obviously because we're not competitive enough. But we do that because obviously startups do not have the money to do anything. I mean, so we always like try to cover our costs.
Yeah.
Then add between 20 and 30%, and we're happy. One of my favorite mentors, he always used to tell me, learn how to be a small pig and not a big pig. At the end of the day, the big pigs get slaughtered and the small pigs get fat. Yeah. And it's true.
Yeah.
The bigger you get,
the
more negativity you have around you, and you get slaughtered. And again, sorry to use Elon Musk again, but there are some that are for and some are against.
Yeah.
Any company that got really, really big, at the end of the day,
there's always bad
press.
There's always somebody complaining about something. Yeah. And it's their opinion. Sometimes it's fact. Sometimes it's not fact.
And it doesn't matter. With AI today, it's so easy to manipulate everything.
Yeah. You can go crazy and you don't.
Exactly. So, and when you're big, you're an easier target. So so always be a small pig. I mean, make a humble living. I see through a lot of generosity and helping. I mean, again, with us, we don't always add money for an extra thing that we would do. I mean, even if it takes us 2-3 hours more. I mean,
I mean, just like this podcast, I didn't make any money with it. I just wanted to sit down with cool people and.
You learn a lot.
Talk, and it takes me, it's 2-3 hours. I hang out until midnight doing editing, and it's all free. And I go home and go to bed.
But you're happy.
But I love it. It's like I had a great time talking about stuff, that like other people want to listen. I had one somebody I think messaged me And they were like, you know what? I watched your podcast today. It totally made my day. I was having the most boring day, nothing to do, just sitting here at work, and you just totally
sitting at work.
Yeah, they're just sitting at work, not doing anything. And so they watched the podcast, and they're like, "Wow, that was cool. That really made my day."
But it's a lot of fun. It's fulfilling.
Yeah,
and there's a reason to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, it's not wasting my money.
Right, and the money will come.
Yeah,
I mean, you might get so big you're going to be on stages, and amen, right to that.
Yeah.
But it all comes from wanting people to hear what you have to say.
Yeah,
your knowledge, and the people that you're inviting on,
Yep.
they're sharing their knowledge for free. No one's forcing anyone to do this. And I think that's the reason for living at the end of the day.
Yeah, I totally agree, and. But at the end of the day, you do have to pay the bills. You got to pay your, go shopping and stuff. So we got to have something that puts food on the table. But life isn't all about work. We were actually just talking. We had a meeting today about this whole idea of work-life balance. And some people say, you work to live or you live to work. I think getting that right in the idea of that, in that middle layer of the funnel or whatever you want to call it, is you're interacting with people that are people,
Yeah.
And sometimes we target them, and it's like, oh, this is this kind of person, and they will buy this and they go shopping here. But really, they're not like, zombies walking around the city. Some people are zombie, but
we could talk about a zombie apocalypse. Another podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would you survive a zombie apocalypse?
Side note, like at the airport, I like to people watch. I'll sit there, I'll have a cup of coffee because I like going early at the airport, and I'll just watch people go by and try to imagine what stories in their head, or like, what did this person? They probably woke up late. They're like running across the airport. Anyway, some people are just like dead on the inside. You can just see it. They're just like, oh,
But it's gonna get even worse. I mean, so usually the people that are dead inside, those are the first jobs that are going to go. I mean, it's better to wake up now and see what you can do different or new than just wait there.
It seems like it might be even, I think that's why these things are taking off like crazy, because so many people are dying on the inside. I don't know. We're just so overstimulated. We're so inundated with all this stuff. It's like, as soon as some bright, shiny light comes out, we all go to it like, flies to...
The thing is that waking up and changing your lifestyle is hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Everything technical is easy to making ads. I mean, from our world, it's very easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to go into the platform, learning how to do 10 clicks, and boom, your ad's up and running.
Yeah.
What's difficult is changing someone else's business. Mm-hmm. How to take their story and turn it into an ad. How to take your own story and change yourself. Why do people struggle losing weight? Present company included, right? I mean, it's hard to change your habits and go to the gym 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
But once you do it, you're a new person. And this is why I'm also saying that I think people are not ready for AI. They're not ready for that huge transition. And if we go into history, yes, always technology progressed us. Mm-hmm. But it took between 30 to 50 years for the old technology to die out before the new one came in.
Yeah.
Now between each ChatGPT, I think on average it takes 7 months for the new one to come out. I mean, by the time you get used to the one thing, already there's a new thing coming in to replace that thing. So people are being replaced quicker than they can imagine.
Yeah. So the internet started made .com. Really, if you take the .com,
the
it's the
90s,
big bang,
right? Early 90s,
early late 90s. Well, the people that actually took on it,
right? So
.com was like the big bang, and then everything started
boosting from that
point, stable.
Right.
And so that was 20 years ago. So we got another 10 years left of the internet before there's another paradigm shift. I mean, look, Open ChatGPT is looking to buy Chrome. I heard,
Really?
somebody's trying to buy, I don't know, either
I think it was City
or Perplexity.
Perplexity,
Somebody's going to take over Chrome.
Right.
And they're saying Chrome is going to turn into like an agentic AI interface.
There's already a few. There's a new one called Dia, I think.
Oh.
That's already in a browser that's AI based.
Yeah,
It's
and there's no more Google, like you
No.
Google, you go search for whatever, like you're just going to have a whole new interface to the internet. The internet's going to be down hidden somewhere, like on our phones. You're
always connected. It doesn't really matter what you do. You're going to be connected.
Yeah, you're not going to go to www. whatever.
No, not at all. Blah. You can already see it happening through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You also see it through Claude and all the other various AIs.
So that's going to change marketing. I mean, that's going to change.
It's already changing marketing. We're already preparing many of our partners to actually start ranking on ChatGPT and all the other various.
Have you asked ChatGPT about yourself?
We do.
Yeah.
We do. Not flatter. Yeah, we're not big enough to properly, but when we ask specifically about us, it gives us everything we need to know. But yeah, we're not ranked one of the top marketing agencies. But that's because we consider ourselves a boutique, which we're, we really try to deal with the little
smaller piggy.
Yeah, we do have a lot of bigger and more known clients in Romania. We work as well with a lot of clients outside Romania, which gives us a lot of advantage because we get a lot of products on Google and on Meta that have not hit Romania yet. So we get to test out things before anyone else, which is always fun.
That's cool. Yeah. Did you have plans to go international, like to open up, different markets?
So we do have a small office in Canada, in Montreal.
Okay.
Not many Canadian clients. We have about 3 or 4. Another 2 in the US.
So you said Miami. I think
yes, 2 in Miami. That, yeah, 2 in Miami. Hoping for the 3rd one next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking to grow. Obviously, when it comes to international markets, we can offer usually a lot more for a lot less. We're not looking at dimes and nickels. We're looking to make a very, very good living, and we just want everyone to enjoy growing their own thing.
Yeah,
and we love it. We love seeing a business succeed.
So now that we're in BNI, I'm going to follow you very closely because I want to know how I can help you, of course.
Thank you.
And with the things that I've done, and I'm an internet baby. I've launched all kinds of internet websites.
What was your favorite one? It's hard when someone points that question back to you.
So many favorite ones. I think one of my favorite ones was in the early days of the internet because everything was exciting. But we launched a site called netcolony.com, which was before MySpace. Only a few months before MySpace. It was exactly like MySpace. Netcolony.com. There was no cloud. We actually had physical servers in our basement.
Wow.
We built our own basically internet service provider, and we built websites. It was called iWeb Labs in San Antonio, Texas. And netcolony.com took off like crazy. Like, it had the hockey stick, just like MySpace, but nobody ever knew about it. And it was awesome. But the investors had no idea what the internet was. They had no idea what a personal my page, HTML page was. And we started making a ton of money every moment. We had banner ads on the site, and they were like, just put banner ads everywhere because we want to get rich. Talking about money. They wanted money. They didn't care about, and it just, the hockey stick went.
And there you have it.
And then MySpace went.
That's the difference between businesses that are long lasting.
Can you imagine if we would have just not done it for money and done it for the convenience?
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
I would be calling you Mark.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know. But some other parallel universe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Whatever. But yeah, that I really enjoyed the conversation. I'm really excited for, the actual marketing of the future because, robots are going to be walking the streets. We're going to have
scary stuff.
All kinds of interactive, real world AR glasses and interactive. It's going to become very gamey, living, like you've probably seen some of these Hollywood movies. So, you got a lot of responsibility on your hands running a marketing agency into the future. I mean, that's going to be amazing. So
trying to be always innovative.
Yeah, well, it's been a pleasure
Thank you very much.
on the show, and I will see you tomorrow at BNI.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Do like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Power Studio Technology, and hope to see you next time. Have a good day.